What's up, everybody? This is David. I'm a full-time reseller. I sell items just like these every single day on eBay. I do it as a full-time job. That's my only income. My wife does work separately for me, but as for me, this is my full-time income. I picked up these two items just yesterday. I picked up this one here at the Goodwill for about $12.99, and I picked up this one at the auction for $17.50. I listed this one today for $100 shipped, and this one for $150 shipped. It's items just like these I do, about 20 a day or so. Let's talk about how much I actually sell throughout a year, and let's talk about where I get this stuff and where other people like me get this stuff as well. All right, so I've been doing this. I started part-time in 2016, and in the end of 2018, I went full-time. You can watch my previous videos if you want to hear about my history with eBay, selling on eBay and reselling. In that time, since 2016, actually just since 2018, I've sold $1.5 million worth of items just like I just showed you. And I've sold, that totals up to about 55,000 items that I've actually sourced all by myself and listed mostly by myself. I did have about a year and a half where my wife was helping me list stuff. And a couple times I've had some people help me take pictures. But for the most part, 97% of the time, I have been completely solo and doing this all on my own. Always done all the sourcing myself. So I've sourced 55,000 items since 2018, and I've listed, pictured, and packaged up all that stuff on my own. You can do it. Anybody can do it. It's not super complicated. It's pretty simple business. Like I said, I got those coveralls at the thrift store at Goodwill just yesterday, and I got that helmet from the local auction. Maybe you have a local auction company near you. Historically for me, I started out selling stuff I had at the house. I moved on to going to garage sales and then quickly to thrift stores, estate sales, auctions, storage auctions. I ventured somewhat even online. So I've used B-Stock. I've gotten some liquidation stuff from them only on a couple occasions. I can talk about that probably in future videos too. But for the most part, here's how I source. The majority of the stuff that I get comes from a local auction company. I am fortunate to live here in this town that's not very big. It's like maybe 60 to 80,000 people in this small area, and you have to go about another 45 minutes to get to a comparable sized town here in Idaho for me. And we have an auction company here that runs auctions every week, typically 2 auctions a week. Lately, what they've been doing for the past couple of years is they will do a liquidation type auction on Sundays where they get stuff that comes from Sam's Club. And I think they're buying stuff by the truckloads there. So I am not buying directly from a Sam's Club. I know a couple people have asked where I've got my Sam's Club stuff because they've looked at my store, which is Idaho Great Goods on eBay. I don't buy directly from Sam's Club. I would, and I may do that in the future, but for now, I've just been buying stuff from the auction company. When they first started doing it, they were doing a lot more stuff that was good for me to sell, and they're starting to transition more to a lot of bigger stuff, which doesn't work for me as well. It's like furniture and appliances and stuff like that, which can't really sell on eBay very efficiently and would have to be sold locally on Facebook and stuff, which I'm not really into. So that is the main source of where I buy my stuff, is at that local auction. I also do quite a bit at thrift stores. I had kind of completely stopped for thrift stores for a couple years there because the liquidation was so much I didn't really need to do anything else. But historically, I've done a lot at thrift stores, and they worked out really well for me. I just go to about 3 main thrift stores here in town. I would probably go 4 or 5 times a week. I would spend about an hour and a half each day looking, and I maybe would come home with 30 items, which is about how many I need to sell. I try to list per day. And like I said, I sell about 20 items per day, on average for the past few years. I think right now it's actually a little bit lower than that, probably more like 15 to 17 items a day. And I'm trying to get, a higher sell price so that my income can still stay up. I'm trying to grow my listings. So I'm trying to list more than 150 a week so that I can sell more than 150 a week. That's kind of my goal right now. But like I said, my main thing is auctions. My second most is thrift stores. I have done storage units quite a few times. I would say maybe 10 or 15 total in my whole life. I have done estate sales quite a bit, and I've done garage sales quite a bit. don't do garage sales as much as I used to, just because it takes so much time to drive around, and there's other things I would rather do on like a Friday or Saturday morning, um, and so that kind of conflicts there. But that's where I source people. Most people who do reselling full time do the same type of thing. I will say that if you're a hobby seller or a part time seller, you might just stick with the fun stuff, which is garage sales or estate sales or thrift stores. That's just kind of fun. It's not as fun to sit on your computer and look at auctions and do stuff that way, but you can get a lot more stuff that way. So if you're a full-time seller or you're trying to grow your business, you might look at the option of a auction house where you can buy larger quantities, or you can buy stuff that are in lots where you might get 5 to 20 items in one lot. Typically the auctions that they have here in my town, they will have about 2,000 lots in each auction. And I might be interested. I kind of quickly scan through every single lot just to see which ones I'm interested in, and I might come up with maybe 150 or so. Let's just say, on average, that I'm interested in looking further into to see if I might want to bid on them, and then I'll kind of go into those each. I'll just watch them, and then I can go back through and look at all the ones I've watched. And so maybe it's 150. I'll start weeding them out based on what's in them or what price they're already at. Maybe it's too much, it's not worth it. And then when it comes down to actually bidding, I might be left with only 60 or so. And out of that 60 lots, then I may end up only winning like 20 lots or so. And so out of those 20 lots, I may end up with 80 things, or maybe only 40. Who knows? Or maybe sometimes way more, depending on what type of auction it is. I really do like auctions that are like businesses that have gone out of business, and they're liquidating all their inventory or their supplies or whatever. That's the type of auction that I kind of like, that I can get a lot of stuff at once and that will sell for quite a bit. But so, like I said, that's me. That's what I do. That's what I've been selling for the past few years. Is I sell about 6,000 to 8,000 things a year. That's about 500 or 600 maybe or so per month. And so I flip stuff for a living. It's a lot of fun. I know a lot of people think that you can't really do it on a full-time basis, or it's just not worth it anymore. Things are getting more expensive. There is more competition out there, but it is definitely still possible to do. Let me know if you guys are what level you guys are at, or where you're trying to get to, if you're considering stop doing it anymore, or if you're trying to grow and get bigger, or if you're looking to quit your job and go full-time. I would say the greatest thing I ever did was quit my bank management job to start doing this. It's so much more fulfilling to me. It's so much more fun, rather than sitting in an office and just kind of watching the clock go slowly by all day. And now as I work, the clock goes by too fast, and I feel like I'm not getting enough done every day. And so, and the biggest struggle is, eliminating all the distractions that I have during every day. But like I said, I love it. That's about how much I sell. I will probably come in the future and make a video about how much I made in 2025, besides just how much I've sold. Go into more details about my expenses and stuff, and about how much I'm actually earning as an income. But anyway, if you guys have any questions or comments, let me know. I read all your comments. I will answer your questions if you have them. And please like, share, subscribe, whatever you want to do. I appreciate it. I'm trying to get back into making videos, and I appreciate the welcome back that I got on my last video. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and take a look at that. And until the next time, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.